Hi everyone. Looking forward to seeing you and dancing together again in person and online. And I'm going to give you a bit of astrology about this new moon that is actually happening today. Between yesterday and today, it was at 3 minutes to midnight last night, which is coming into today, the 6th. And this is not a standalone just day event because it's sandwiched between two full moons in the same sign. So the new moon is in Cancer, and 2 weeks ago we had a full moon in the sign of Capricorn, and in 2 weeks' time we're going to have another full moon in the sign of Capricorn. Now this is huge, okay? That's why this moon is not standalone, and this is a really good opportunity to look at the Cancer-Capricorn axis, which is a lot about the father and the mother, Cancer and Capricorn. Capricorn being the father figure, the masculine, the mother being Cancer. Cancer is about the breasts, the chest, nurturing yourself, and our system of defense. Yeah, where do we put on a hard shell? Okay, sometimes this hard shell prevents us from actually living a full life because we are afraid to get hurt inside. So this is about looking at our vulnerability, and it's okay to protect ourselves. However, if this vulnerability, we're so afraid to be vulnerable because we're not strong enough to show our true self, then we're missing out on life. Also, we could be really afraid to get in touch with our own feelings. So we could be vulnerable to ourselves. I could put a hard shell on myself and my feelings. Yeah. Now, as we know, Pluto has been in Capricorn for 20 years, and now it's just entered Aquarius. At the beginning of the year, it entered Aquarius. The full moons in Capricorn were 0 degrees at the beginning of the sign and at the end of the sign. So I feel like this new moon in Cancer is actually allowing us to clear any issues in the opposite sign of Capricorn. In the whole 20 years we've had, any issues to do with our own nurturing with our mother or our idea of the mother. It could even be your relationship to Mother Earth, how you mother and parent yourself, how you look after yourself, all this stuff. At the full moon, at the new moon, we have the moon, the sun, and Venus together. And Venus is very much about self-love, about our own abundance, about how we allow ourselves to love ourselves, other people to love ourselves. Also, at this new moon, Mercury, this has been going on for a couple of days now, Mercury is opposite. Mercury is in Leo, which is our sovereignty of thought. It's opposite Pluto in Aquarius, okay? So again, there's two opposites. Now, anything to do with Pluto, an opposition to Pluto is very, very empowering. It's very triggering, yeah, which is awesome. So we're looking at how the new moon is affecting the way we care about ourselves, the way we nurture ourselves, the way we love ourselves, and we were loved or not loved. Can we give ourselves that love? Then it's looking at how are we thinking? Are we in a victim mentality? Are we afraid? Because this Mercury opposite Pluto, Mercury is about thinking in a sovereign way, not in a selfish way, in a sovereign way. And Pluto is all about digging out trauma from foundation and empowering us. Yeah. So we got this new moon that wants us to learn to really love ourselves and really and truly give ourselves the love maybe our mother or our parent couldn't give us. And because it's sandwiched between two Capricorn moons, maybe also give ourselves the love our father couldn't give us, and the structure that a family maybe wasn't perfect, whose is, couldn't give us. Yeah. And we're looking at the whole spectrum of Capricorn, from how we make our money, how we organize our life, our work ethic. Are we sort of lost in thought, or are we more able to be really practical about things? Work on stuff. Are we allowing our emotions, the Cancerian emotions that, I'm too hurt to do anything, to actually stop us from getting on with it. We need to find the balance between these two things. Also really interesting is, so we're looking at self-love, sovereignty of thought, and really pulling out any thoughts of victimhood we might have that we no longer need. Sometimes we need to deal with them first, and then we can let go of them. Yeah? So if we're in denial about the fact that something horrible happened to us, then those victimhood thoughts are not going to go away. We need to actually stop, have compassion on ourselves first, and then we can let them go. Yeah? So Capricorn is also ruled by Saturn, and it's about doing things right. Yeah? And Capricorn is the opposite sign of Cancer. Also, doing things right, Saturn is retrograde in Pisces. And Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's all about any repressed thoughts. This is Pisces. Repressed parts of ourselves, addiction. So Saturn is really saying you need to sort things out properly. Saturn wants us to do things well and properly. Otherwise, it won't let us move on. So self-love, empowerment of thoughts, pulling out any trauma from the roots and dealing with it properly with self-compassion first, and then letting them go when we're ready, when we've processed them in a way that Saturn approves, which is learning the lessons. Yeah, looking at repressed aspects of ourselves that are so deeply buried outside our shell that we can't get to them, but yet they are driving our life. Another thing that is happening, which is awesome, is also retrograde, Neptune at the very last degree of Pisces. I feel that this is a karmic ending. Neptune takes 168 years to go round the zodiac. So this is a karmic ending. Yeah, karmic ending, ancestral healing, ending of addictions that can be ingrained in ancestral stuff, in family stuff, gone. Speaking of family, Cancer rules the 4th house of family as well. So we're looking at ancestral healing, healing of all our mothers and the mother, even animals, all throughout. Okay. One good thing to note is that on the 15th of July, this is operational now, but it's going to be exact on the 15th. Mars is going to come next to Uranus in Taurus. Now, Mars is a planet of war, and Uranus is a planet of lightning and surprises and rebellion. So if you put those two together, that could be quite a charged day. Okay? So just, take a deep breath on that day and be safe and use it to have wonderful drive and ideas. Yeah? Because like all astrology, it can go however we are spiritually. Okay? So maybe it's not a good time to pick a fight that day, I'd say. Also, with Neptune opposite Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarius can be very, okay, I'm going to think about the good of the collective, but I'm not going to think about, how you feel about it. Yeah. So there could be a little bit of, maybe insensitive communication if we're not sort of careful, and heavy conversation. So again, use the Mercury in Leo, sovereignty, opposite Pluto in Aquarius, the wellness of all, rising above higher mind, to express yourselves with your higher self. Okay? This is all about our higher self taking over, parenting ourselves, letting go of victim mentality, and getting on with it so that we can really do what we want to do in our lives and actually not be affected by the karma of the past. We can be the last to clear it. So I hope this helps. My website, The Healing Central, is still on and going. I'm recording some meditations to go on it, which are going to be very empowering, I hope. And if you want a separate reading, you can always text me or book it on the website. And keep in touch, generally. Love you tons. Lots of love. Bye.